Just on an early morning walk, needed to share a little thought about how you as an individual improve and what that improvement means. Is that performance? Improved performance? Is that improved enjoyment on the water or whatever it may be that you do? Is that fulfillment? I can't answer that for you. But what I can share with you is this idea of a life cycle for improvement. So what do I mean by that? Well, the FlowPoint method, we're giving all kinds of information about how to become better water skiers, but not just by water skiing. How to become better water skiers through the act of approaching your life on the water from all different angles. That includes, on the water stuff, of course, but off water training, nutrition, mindset, fitness, mobility, everything that you can think of. But here's what I want to get to really quick before I lose you, is the FlowPoint. Originally, when I started the FlowPoint is a special moment in your life. And many of you have had this where you become so engrossed in the act of whatever it is you're doing that you disappear literally for a moment or 3 or 16. And the way that happens is it's basically you get so in sync with everything around you. So if you're a water skier, you become so dialed in with the boat, the handle that's pulling on you, your ski that's pushing against the water, and the buoys that you're trying to navigate, or the jump ramp you're trying to hit, that all the struggle just disappears. Another way to put that, my friend Alan Watts, who I listen to often, says that he would say basically that organism environment boundary, that line that we draw between ourselves and the rest of the world through the use of ego and all this other crazy stuff, that FlowPoint moment would be when that boundary between you and the environment around you just disappears. And in that case, you literally are just the universe dancing in that moment with yourself. So how do you approach it? How do you get more of those moments? How do you become better at activating or accessing moments like that? Because those are moments that we all are drawn to, no matter what it is. It can happen anywhere, in the workplace environment. It can happen on a basketball court. It can happen in your car when you're elated about a freaking idea that you have, and 10 minutes go by, and then you realize 10 minutes just went by and it felt like 10 seconds. Because the other problem we have as humans is to become better, more proficient, more dialed in, if you will, at any skilled task, is you have to actually drill. You have to actually practice certain things. So in the act of practicing and drilling and trying to reprogram your body to do things differently, or in other words, trying to do things better, you have to think. There's tricks you can use, but there's a certain amount of trying to consciously and unconsciously work through concepts off the court, off the water, whatever. Work through different feelings, what you should be feeling when you're out there trying to execute, and then go out and try to find a new feeling, try to find a new movement that works a little bit better than the old movement, and try to build that understanding as you go so that those new things stick and so that you get better and you improve. However, that will not take you all the way. The thing that'll take you all the way is the thing that you can't think your way to. Again, it's that flow point, it's that flow state where you have that flow point moment. And to get to that point, you've got to let your guard down, and you've got to stop trying, and you've got to trust what your body and your mind know and what you've been working on over the previous day or week or month or year, and just let yourself go have an opportunity to fly, meaning no thought, pure experience, pure athleticism, pure whatever it takes for you to meet the moment. So you see, we have two problems. We want to have those experiences. Ultimately, we are looking to be in the zone because that is such a special moment as a human when nothing else matters, and you just had a performance or an experience that you cannot explain very well with words. But also, to be able to be better at accessing those flow point or those flow states, you've got to practice, and you've got to drill, and you've got to work on concepts and techniques, and you've got to approach it from all these different angles. So I guess the conclusion would be you got to do both, and everybody's different. So some days, some weeks, you've got to do the dirty work, and you've got to find one or two fundamentals that you're really deficient in, and you work on those, and you approach it from different angles, and you think about them in different ways, but you try to seriously understand them at the fundamental level. And then other days you just go out and you just do. You feel. You don't think. You react. You ride. You just try to let everything go. And if you get good at reading yourself, you'll know how often you got to go back and forth from that thinking, conceptualizing, theorizing, feeling, doing mode to just the being mode, and allowing yourself to fly, because that's really what we're looking for. I don't know what else to say. That was my thought for the morning. Hope it made sense for you.